What would you do if you were making $10,000 a month at 20 years old? Can you imagine making this amount of money within 1 year of discovering copywriting? That's what happened to me. And because of that, I was able to drop out of college. I now do whatever I want, whenever I want, with whomever the fuck I want, every single day. I have no restrictions, no limitations, and certainly I don't have any an angry boss or a college professor telling me, oh, you gotta do this project or you gotta study, or even parents telling me what to do. Okay? And more importantly, I can pursue my passions full time. For me, that's getting in the ring and fighting. Okay, that's what I always wanted to do. And if I went to college, I wouldn't be able to do this. Because I need to be 10 hours a day there. Then I need to probably have a job, a small job, so I can pay for my living expenses, pay for this, pay for that. And I wouldn't be able to pursue my hobbies. Maybe 1 hour a day or something. But now, I'm able to train 4 hours a day, do whatever I want, whenever I want. Okay? And there were 10 principles that helped me become a 6-figure copywriter, which I want to show you today. Okay? So the first one is, don't put deadlines on hitting 10K a month. Okay? I remember being at college with one of my friends. I had just started copywriting it was 36 months. It was probably 3 months. And I told him, okay, I'm going to put a goal that if I don't land any clients by the end of this month, then I'm quitting. And he told me, why would you do that to yourself? Why would you self-sabotage? And at the moment, I didn't really understand what he was saying. But we had a conversation, and he basically told me that instead of putting a deadline on how long you're gonna achieve the result, just see what you need to do every single day and just hit your daily checklist every single day. That's it. It's not about putting deadlines because that discourages you. It's about having a schedule every single day and achieving that every single day. That's it. If you hit your numbers, eventually you're gonna achieve the result. It's like going to the gym. If you just do 100 pull-ups a day, 200 push-ups a day, eventually you're gonna build muscle. It's that simple. And that's the same with copywriting. The second principle I learned is you can't fail if you don't quit. And it's pretty self-explanatory. How can you quit? How can you fail if you don't quit? If you keep trying, whatever happens in your life, whatever loss, whatever discouragement you feel, if you don't quit, you're not gonna lose. You can't fail that way. And the third thing it was a limiting belief I needed to overcome, and it was, can you really make money with copywriting? And I don't. If you have this, I don't blame you. I had this, because think about it. If you're like most people, like me, you weren't born in a fucking wealthy neighborhood or something. You were born in middle class, low class, whatever. Your parents weren't Bill Gates. They weren't making billions. The people around you at school, they weren't making billions. Your teachers, they weren't making billions. They were all inside the educational system. So what was everybody telling you? Get a job, do this, go to college, blah blah blah, all this crap. And it's all of this stuff that you were taught since you were 0 years old, since you were born. It's deep inside your subconscious. And even though I'm making 6 figures a year, even though I'm making 10K a month, some of these beliefs are still inside my brain. I'm still overcoming these beliefs. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. If somebody's coming across as perfect, or he's trying to show you that he's got the answers to everything, then I think you might need to change the mentor. Because nobody has. Nobody knows everything. Everybody's fighting their demons, their battles, and nobody knows everything. Yeah. That's a limiting belief I had to overcome. And the fourth thing I learned is you never lose. You either win or you learn. And this reminds me something my Muay Thai coach told me. Because we have a fight in 1.5 months, 1.5 months. It's gonna be a main event fight. And he told me, I believe you're gonna win. I don't have a doubt in my mind that you're not gonna win. But even if you lose, it doesn't matter. You're still gonna win, because you either learn. So you either win, or you learn. Meaning you learn from your mistakes. And that's it. If you keep improving just one thing at a time, you're gonna get better. And if you do this for a long enough time, eventually you'll have improved in everything. You're gonna be at the top. And that's what you need to do to land copywriting clients. So yeah, just grow from each mistake, each step back. Now the fifth thing that made me a 6-figure copywriter is more work isn't the magic sauce to land the clients if you don't have the right system. This is a mistake a lot of people make. They think they're sending 10 outreach a day, they're sending 20 outreach a day, and they're not landing clients. And they think, okay, if I don't land clients that way, all I need to do is just send more outreach. Just do more outreach, right? Just do more outreach. Just do more outreach. Are you doing 100 a day? Do 1,000 a day. Are you doing 1,000? Do 10,000 a day. Lose sleep. Just outreach. That's it. And the thing about that is, if your system isn't effective, you gotta change something. If you don't know, it's not about just quantity. It's about quality. Okay, if your system just depends on volume, it's not really good. It's not really good. It's like going to the gym, having a program. It clearly you've tried this for 6 months, for example. You haven't built a single pound of muscle, and you keep doing it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You just need to find a better way. That's it. So the sixth thing I learned is your habits will identify your results. So a lot of people think they don't actually know what it takes to become 6 figures, to reach 10K a month. But what it actually comes down to is finding someone who's reached that point. Then you basically ask them, what was your daily checklist? How many outreach a day do you do? How much of this did you do? How much copy did you study a day? And you basically just copy their schedule. You just copy their actions, because the actions and the daily habits are what bring the result. That's the secret. That's the secret to achieving the results you want. You would just want to copy, like full on, just copy it. And that's how you're going to get the result. So the seventh thing I learned is nothing works and then everything works. And this reminds me of a bamboo tree analogy, which is, there's this tree, I think it's China, which you plant a seed and it doesn't grow for the first year. It doesn't grow for the second year. It doesn't grow for the third year. And it doesn't grow for the fourth year. But all this time, the farmers were watering it. They were doing all this stuff. And imagine being there and asking the farmer, why do you keep watering it? It clearly doesn't grow. Right? That's what most people think. That's what you might think. But then here's what happens. The fifth year, that tree grows by 50 meters in a few days. So it grows from nothing to 50 meters in just a few days. It's just a few weeks. Isn't that massive growth? And this brings me to something else that I've heard, which is invincible progress. So you either don't make any progress and you make all the progress. Invincible progress is all this work that you need to do behind and on the sidelines where nobody's watching you. And you're doing all this work, and then eventually it pays off. And you reach that point. And it's basically invincible. People start calling you an overnight success. People tell me all the time, and it fucking annoys me, man. They're like, oh, what is this? I wish I had your life, man. You're living the dream life. But they don't fucking know that for the past 2 years, 1.5 years, all I did was grind. They don't know this. All they see is now, when I have the money, I wear this shit, and I work a few hours a day making 10K a month. They just see this, and they think, oh, you're so lucky, man. You're so fucking lucky. Garbage. You only hear this from 9-to-5 workers or from people who've never worked, who never did anything important in their lives. People who are just working 9-to-5 and they're like, oh, why am I not making more money? I just need a raise. I need this, I need that. And they're fucking comfortable with making 1,000 euros a month, which is 1.2k a month, US dollars. So yeah, these people are just complaining, and they're gonna stay there. If you're saying, mark my words, if you're saying to me or whoever you see on the internet, and you're like, oh, this person is lucky, you're gonna stay there forever. You're never gonna grow. Never. Nobody's lucky. They just worked harder than you. That's the secret formula. So, the 8th thing I learned is you can't be a 6-figure copywriter with dork friends. If you have dork friends, keep having dork friends. You'll never breaking free from that. And that's what happened to me. Last year, summer, I was hanging out with all these losers, which are my friends, of course. I was hanging out with all these losers, and I was wondering why I wasn't making any money. But here's the thing. We've all heard that you're the sum of the 5 people you've spent the most time with. But how many people actually apply this? Because here's the thing. If you know something is true, but you don't do this, you don't actually know this. You only know the thing if you do the thing. So if you've heard the phrase, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, but you don't actually implement this, you don't know this. You don't know this. It's like thinking that you know that eating fast food and ice cream, for example, is bad for you, but you keep eating it. Do you actually know that it's harmful for you if you don't do this? You don't. That's the same thing with friends. So, in my opinion, I think you should get away from them. That's what I did. I'm not telling you should do this. That's what I did. And it's what helped me reach 10k a month. And if you want to reach 10k a month, I think you should do this too. Okay? And I think you should get away from everyone that doubts you, for example. I think you should even... It sounds a bit harsh. What I'm about to say sounds harsh. And you might not like this. But in order to reach 10k a month, I had to push everybody away. That meant family, that meant friends, that meant girls, that meant a lot of stuff. It meant just isolating myself. It meant pushing away everybody who doubted me. Everybody who would fill my mind with self-limiting beliefs. Who would be like, oh, but what if copywriting doesn't work in 10 years? What if business, online business is not, it's fake, it's not real? What if this and that and this and that? And they just kept filling my mind with self-limiting beliefs. And right after I had this conversation with them, I was always so down. I was always so down psychologically. I felt like I had just gotten out of the cage and fought. Or I was fighting and lying. I don't know. It broke me. It lowered my mood. And for days, it took me days to get back to my normal state where I would think making money with copywriting is a thing. Okay? And that's why I had to push everybody aside. Okay? And that's what you may want to do again. I'm not telling you to do this. It's up to you. It's your life. It's your business. That's what I did. That's what helped me. And it might help you too. So yeah. And this brings me to the 9th thing I want to share with you, which is brainwash yourself before you get brainwashed. Okay? So if you're going to school, if you're going to college, if you're listening to friends, parents, whatever, they're probably gonna tell you all these limiting beliefs. They're gonna tell you all this stuff they believe, and sooner or later you're gonna start believing these things too. You're gonna get brainwashed. And now I don't blame them. I don't blame everybody else. You can't blame your parents, for example, for, let's say you tell them you want to reach 10k a month, okay? And they don't believe it. You can't blame them, right? It's something they've never done before. How can you blame them? You can't blame them for not believing in something they've never done before. Does this make sense? So yeah, what you want to do instead is you want to brainwash yourself. You want to brainwash yourself. You can do that by hiring mentors, for example, and listening to their advice, listening to live coaching calls, which I do for my students. One of my students, Leonardo, is going to school, and he's sending me pictures every day, screenshots of him listening to my YouTube videos. on top of my mentorship resource, of course. And he's sending me this, and I laughed so hard, man. This guy is crazy. He's brainwashing himself. That's an example of brainwashing yourself. You want to have good information and good stuff going around in your brain, and if you want to believe that stuff. And it doesn't have to be just my advice. You can just listen to audiobooks. You can listen to whatever, as long as it's educational content that's gonna help you hit your goals and land clients. Okay. So, and the 10th thing I wanted to share, which is the last thing that helped me reach 10K a month, it's leverage your subconscious mind to land clients. And what I mean by that is you only want to have positive thoughts and positive visualization. Okay, so you want to avoid all negative thoughts, because here's something that Napoleon Hill has said. He said a feeling is turned into a thought. No, he said a thought is turned to a feeling, which is then turned into an action. So if you have negative thoughts and negative feelings, you're gonna have negative actions. If you have positive thoughts and positive feelings, you're gonna have positive actions, which is what you need to land copywriting clients. Okay, and if you wanna learn more about this, I suggest reading the Outwitting the Devil ebook or audiobook. You can find it for free on YouTube, and it's really good because it's an interview with the devil and the author, and it's pretty good. You're gonna learn a lot of stuff. I've read this 3 or 4 times, maybe more, and I think it's one of the main reasons I overcame these limiting beliefs I had. Okay, because these limiting beliefs you have are not only keeping you from landing clients, but they actually work against you. They're really against you. It's not just that you're feeling shit, but they're working against you. So yeah, these were the 10 principles I wanted to share with you that helped me reach 10K a month. If you found this valuable, share this, subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.